In 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, it's time to talk Rush Hour episode 7, and stay tuned as we break down tonight's badass cop episode.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey,
I know you planned it. Beastie Boys.
get it. No.
About to get whiplash.
Beastie Boys.
Hey guys, welcome to the Rush Hour after show, and I'm your host, of course, Janeisha John. You guys can find me on all social media at Janeisha_Miss VI, and it's time to introduce these amazing fellas. My panel. Introduce yourself, guys.
What's up, Janeisha?
Hi.
I'm Gabriel. You can find she is, isn't she?
Thank you.
You guys can find me all the time on Twitter at Double G on TV.
I am Josh Rodriguez. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh_Rodriguez_.
Khaliel Abooboo, also known as Badass Host. Khaliel Abooboo.
Badass.
That's right.
All right, guys. So you're the badass host, and all of you guys. What do you guys think of tonight's episode? Scale of 1 to 10.
Badass.
It was badass to you. Okay.
It was
What
cool.
about-
It was cool.
1 to 10, I'm giving it like a 6.5.
6.5. What about you?
You know what? Let's say 7 just to be nice, just because you know what they did
No,
have
no,
a
don't be nice, don't be
they had a
nice.
badass
Be
fight
honest,
scene.
honest,
They
be
had
real.
a badass
Be
fight
real.
scene.
Come on.
You know
We
what?
got
You
good
wanna
hosts
go?
and bad
You wanna
hosts.
go?
I don't want to go.
Good host, bad host.
You know, what did he say? You know,
That's
it's
right.
like, no, we have good hosts, quiet
Just challenge
hosts.
me. Just challenge
No,
me.
give it to us real, Gabriel. Well, what?
You know what?
Yeah,
I agree with Josh. It's about 6.5. You know,
Yeah.
6, 7. You know, I think that once again we got what we got the formula just as we've come to expect it. You know, great fight scene, so case that really made us think, and then you know, slight cliffhanger.
I'll say it was obvious that Lee was right, but I do like how it had nothing to do with his sister when when it boiled down to the end. So like that part was cool.
Well, that's a big question. I mean, did you guys think that it was gonna be the Kuntao, or did you
Yeah,
think
I
it was
did.
wrong?
Yeah, I did too.
I did.
I actually didn't think so.
I didn't. And before we get into that, though, I mean,
Okay.
I am curious to know, like, I think a big part of the episode that kind of messed with me, because I also think it was about a 6.5, was the fact that the episode seemed like it was supposed to take place earlier in the season.
series.
Yeah.
In the series,
Right.
yeah. So, because, you know, little things like the captain calling, saying that they were partners for only 2 weeks. And then we noticed little things like, you know, Lee's not staying by Dee Dee, and just little things. So I'm like, okay, this is
Yeah.
out of order. And it just kind of shifted things for me. The momentum kind of dropped
You
for
know,
me a
I
little
did
bit.
notice that when they said, "Oh, we're coming over for dinner only if you bring Lee."
Yeah.
And I was
Yes.
like,
It's
Yeah.
like Lee would
but I
be
didn't.
there.
I
already.
noticed it, but I didn't dive into it. It was just
Exactly.
like, that sounds weird, but okay.
I'm curious to know why they decided to shift the order.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't know, maybe they wanted to bring out some of the hotter episodes
Or-
more. I don't know.
It's you know, it's not a secret they were heavily criticized after the first episode.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of maybe panicked, or it was like, you know, maybe we need a stronger episode to follow the first episode, so they went with whatever the second episode was, which I don't even remember, to be honest with you. That sounds bad, but
You know, I'm gonna.
that's a theory of mine.
I'm gonna beat the broken horse. I talked a lot about the sister storyline. That was
Yeah.
one that really. That was one of the big highlights from the pilot. That, you know, besides reimagining these characters, they introduced that storyline back. You know, what is it? 2 weeks now since that episode. So, you know, they brought that back maybe to peak attention. Whereas, you know, if they had waited, let's say that episode happens next week.
Yeah.
That's now 6 weeks where we haven't seen her, where we have no idea. We've had a lot of these maybe subpar cases. So I think that's why that decision was made.
I don't know. I think for me, regardless of what, I think they should have kept the order, just
Yeah.
because like we know the sister's coming back, and even if we know what her intentions are, whatever the case may be, I still think that keeping it in order would have just made it a little more cohesive, a little more. It just would have made more sense.
Yeah, but when you think you're gonna get canceled, and you have an episode that we all agree is like a 6.5,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, all right, we gotta put that 6.5 in the back burner and put one of our stronger episodes forth. And I think that's what they did. I don't know what order that would have fell into. Maybe it would have been the second episode or the third episode.
Yeah.
But I think they took it and brought it back, and they moved up another episode, whatever.
Okay, so then what now? What's the outcome from that? Now we know that this episode to me kind of fell a little bit in terms of the momentum that they were building. So I mean,
I can see that.
You know, do you feel that next week's episode is gonna be, you know, gonna pick up the slack for this week's episode?
It might. I mean, they've been using that same clip in every promo, so.
This is the episode.
It's true. You know, I know they have a big guest star next week with Janelle Parrish, so I think that might help. You know, I know she has a big following from being on Pretty Little Liars, so, you know, maybe that could be part of it.
And, you know, maybe this is a little bit of news and gossip, but Justin did tweet that his favorite, and he had the most fun, or his favorite episode was the one that's going to be airing next week. So, you know, maybe it'll pick back up. We'll see. All right, let's get back into this episode. Now, we're clearly talking about, well, let's talk a little bit about the actual, the beginning, the fight scene where we see they're stuck in Rush Hour. Rush Hour.
Finally,
that was
they
cute.
just say it, yeah.
Cute. I mean, I didn't come up with it. They came up.
I
I'm just
never
reiterating.
really understood why even the movie was called Rush Hour. Like, I mean, the girl gets kidnapped during Rush Hour.
Yeah,
but
the guy said the
other
line
than
once,
that-
and suddenly that's the franchise.
Yeah. I mean, like, not that it matters, but I just never understood it.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes away anything, but just didn't make sense to me.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
Yeah, it's
Same.
true. I
It's
mean,
just
yeah,
like-
the franchise wouldn't
Whatever.
be any less great if it was called, you know, Kung Fu Cop or something
Kung
like that.
Fu Cop.
Actually, that would
Badass.
hurt.
Maybe you think it would.
Yeah.
Okay. Not my
It's a
best.
terrible name.
Not my best title on the spot,
Stick-
but you know
stick
what
to
I mean.
hosting.
Yeah.
I'm
How
sorry.
about that?
I'm
What did-
sorry, Khaliel.
Well, what did you guys think about? Well, I thought the bike scenes, those stunts were pretty dope. Yeah, what do you guys think?
All their stunt works are awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome at that. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, we talk about the episode being a 6.5. You know, stunts are always a 10. John Fu always
Right.
makes it look effortless.
I will say this though, I did right off top. I did think the
say.
bike scene was a little staged, like, you know.
Yeah.
It looked a little staged when he turned the bike over and rolled on the ground, and like the truck just stops, and then it was like boom. It was just really slow for me, but I thought the one thing that really stuck out to me in that whole entire scene was, why didn't Lee have a gun again?
he just doesn't carry
Again.
You
one.
know, okay.
You know, twice in this episode he
All
needed a
lives
gun.
matter, Janeisha. Do we really need to go into this?
No, listen. Twice in this episode, he needed a gun. Then when he was ducking in the first of all, how are you ducking and dodging these bullets? And then secondly, when they were in the room, when they were down,
that was
in the
ridiculous.
lab.
Yeah.
The lab, okay, the first scene didn't bother me as much. The lab was the one where, okay, that's the perfect situation.
Yeah.
We've said it. He should have a gun in that moment. You know, okay, going back to it, I don't know if it's a cultural thing because certain countries, you know, the police don't carry.
You are in America, in
know.
Yes, but,
California,
I don't know.
in Los Angeles. Get you a gun, please, because these criminals out here have real guns.
Have you ever
My-
been shot at?
No, but I mean, my sister's a cop and she's been shot at.
She
She
dodges bullets.
Oh no, she returns bullets. That's what she does.
So my only thing would be like, if that is the point, I would really like them to make that a priority to address on the show, just because it is starting to feel
Yeah,
so repetitive
yeah.
that somehow he martial arts his way out of every, you know, hostage situation, gunpoint situation.
Let me ask this:
Sure.
in the actual film, do they address
Yeah.
Jackie?
No, he had a gun. I
He
feel
had a
like
gun?
he did.
Did he?
I feel like he
remember.
did.
I don't
I really
remember
don't
him having a gun.
He never had. No, he didn't.
No,
Really.
no, but I'm curious enough if it's
He
something that was
did
addressed.
have a gun in the first movie, in the very beginning scene when he catches Jun Tao
Oh,
at the
yes.
thing.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
and then he says, Joe Tao, like, shoot me, or however the fuck you say it in Chinese. he says it. He says, shoot me, and Lee's like,
right.
got him right there.
And he
did, so he did have a gun.
Okay.
I think that's where we see
It's
the
my favorite
discon-
movie. I know it.
Oh, you know it's spot on. Okay.
It's just a fact of the show we're gonna have to accept. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Because so much of the action relies on John kicking ass.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they put a gun in his hand and take that away, I mean, it's not going to be as entertaining.
I will say this: I did like the slight reference to when they were going back and forth, like the
Yes,
the
Rush Hour
distracting
2,
argument,
they did
definitely
it.
something that
I was
is
gonna
from the
say
movie.
that too. That's one of the things that I didn't like about this episode because it felt like
It was forced.
they were imitating the Rush Hour movies. Where like the other episodes kind of felt like they were their own thing.
Yeah.
This kind of felt
You didn't
like
like it?
You thought the nod was
like,
too obvious.
It was not the nod, but just like it was definitely some funny parts in there, but it was parts where I felt like, all right, he's supposed to be Jackie
We've
Chan,
seen
he's
it.
supposed to be Chris Tucker.
But that's because
like,
it was an earlier episode.
Yeah, exactly.
but-
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though.
yeah, but that was the problem with the earlier.
Right.
episode.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I think just as a fact, that's part of the disconnect, changing it from a movie to a TV series, is that, you know, it is completely acceptable for Jackie Chan not to have a gun in 3, you know, 2-hour movies, but it's just so strange
It's a little
not
bizarre
having it in a
in the-
weekly TV
yeah,
series.
yeah.
He had a gun. in the movie.
Well, they rarely
He had a
used
gun
it.
in the second one too.
Yes.
When, at the end, where when they were in the
He holds
hotel,
him.
and he was telling him about his dad. He was holding him up to the wall.
That's true.
And then Carter was like, "Shoot his ass!"
I remember that.
No, hell no, you can't let him talk about your daddy like that. Remember that part?
Okay, I do.
Yeah, so he had a gun in
Well,
both of them.
sparingly used though.
Yeah, it's a
and,
great
and,
movie.
and sadly, in 3 movies, Jackie Chan used a gun more than John Fu has this entire.
He hasn't touched the gun this entire time. Like, come
Okay.
on.
He did turn the gun on that guy at the bar.
Yeah,
He didn't
which is
fire
a,
it,
a direct
though.
reference to the film. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's like some parts is a little bizarre. Like you're
Okay.
going. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But one thing we did see in this episode, and again, it takes us back to the earlier parts of this series, is Lee and Carter not being on the same page at all. Like Lee is hell bent on it being the Quantal, and Carter's like, no, it's the Ukrainian gang. What's their name?
Shevchenko
Bratva.
The Pom-Poms.
Yeah.
The pond.
So wait, he did say Quan Quan and the
He kept.
Bow Wows?
Boom Pows, Boom Pows.
Lee made fun of him. It's like you could say Shevchenko Bratva, but you can't say Konta.
Yeah.
all,
They teach
all
you
difficult
Spanish
to
in
say.
LA. That's what it is.
But yeah, I mean, like to me, Lee seemed a little obsessed. Well, I mean, we know he's a little obsessed with trying to
Yes.
find his sister and so forth. But he seemed extremely obsessed in this episode. To which I will say this was missing earlier, of course, because they obviously bumped up the episode. I was like, well, how did we go from you staying in LA to look for your sister to a completely random case, and we're not even talking about your sister.
Right.
So I mean, I get it, but again, that it wasn't fluid, and
Yeah.
now we're seeing where the missing part was, the missing piece was. It's now that they're playing it, but yeah, I don't know. I am happy to, like you said earlier, we found out that Lee was wrong.
In a sense, yeah.
About who it was, but he was right about continuing to investigate this this case. So Carter just wasn't having it. He wasn't happy with it. But
I actually found it strange because when you think about it, how many times this episode did Carter, step up to he wanted his moment, but every time Lee said no, I just have a feeling about it. Carter did give up his moment, and he did back up Lee, and yeah, he did want to rub it in his face when Lee was wrong, but that actually I found weird, seeing as their chemistry is developed.
He's maturing.
That couldn't possibly be it.
That's what he
But
said.
also, in earlier episodes, how often has Lee been the one to stick up for Carter? And then this episode, suddenly, he's not willing to really see Carter's point of view. So that's another thing. I think the order
and
maybe had an effect on it. But that was one thing I found weird because we've built up this trust now, Lee for Carter, despite not liking his style. So why are we seeing it different now?
Yeah. I mean, I think, again, we found out towards the end that this was a lesson that he learned where he was like, I respect that, you put in the work and you stay humble and you're not looking for the praise. Carter just wanted the praise the entire time. I mean, you guys saw when he brought Geraldine to film him, and which, by the way, Gerald just came for the cake.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, that was
Diane?
funny.
Was it Diane or Diane?
Yeah.
I have
Who's
a friend named Diane too.
Was that why
She
he was
made it
dying?
equally funny.
That's why he was dying on there. Okay. Yeah.
Well, no, I was really laughing because that's something I would do. Not even knowing who Diane is. Happy birthday,
okay.
girl. Looking good.
That's terrible. That's almost as bad as those badass cop shirts. Yeah. Badass cop. Yeah.
But, Janeisha, you tell me you've never been at a job where you just you didn't get that credit you deserved, and you just finally wanted, like, you know what? Just say I did it. You know it was up to me.
Well, yeah and no. I mean, I think being an artist or being someone who was in the industry, off the top, you don't get the credit you deserve. You don't get the compensation you deserve. There's just a lot of things you just don't get.
Do not
You
get
don't
me,
even credit, Cam.
do not get me started.
Yes, like for me, I feel like, you know what? I know exactly where it's coming from, and it's like, you know what? He deserved his moment,
He
and
does
he gave
deserve
it
his
up
moment.
so many times. So that was tough to see for Carter.
True, but at the same time too, he wanted to get praised without completing the job. Get your job done. Finish your
How
work.
many times did they think they got the job done, though?
No, but he knew the reason why he backed off was because he knew that it didn't add up. Something was missing. Like yeah. So he knew that Lee was right, which is why he said, you know what? As much as I want this praise and I want them to, like, you know, blow me up on the internet and become viral. I still know that there's still more work to be done.
I think, what was the line he used? Like, Asian guilt is worse than regular guilt, something like that. You know, that was. It was just a weird episode in that way, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, But, you know, we obviously see some growth in Carter, which, I mean, throughout the entire series, we've seen a lot of growth in him. So, you know, he's matured and stuff, and yeah.
It's just, there's nothing new that could have been added in this episode since it's an older episode. So there's really nothing for us to bring up, I feel like. It's just kind of like, oh, this is an older episode, so we already did this.
So do you think them putting it out of order helped or hurt?
It can't help. I mean, look at our reactions.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
you know, I'm not CBS, so I haven't seen ratings. So if the...
You can Google them.
You can Google them. Do you know how many shows I'm on? I don't got time for that. Kim's episode, I'm assuming, did very well as far as reception-wise, because I think that was one of the best episodes we've had in this season so far.
Yeah.
However, when you really think about it, big picture, I think it does hurt it because now we see her, she's getting the phone call, oh, watch your brother. But we already know she's working for the Asian, the Asian equivalent of the feds.
Right.
Yeah, so that hurts it now, you know, big picture, because we're like, well, there's no worry for Lee because she's actually a good guy. Whereas if this episode had aired earlier, then we wouldn't have that issue.
Yeah, good point. That's actually a good point.
So that, her episode earlier, like I said, probably spiked up ratings.
Yeah.
But big picture now, we're like, you know, WTF, what the heck?
It doesn't flow. Yeah. Well, I mean...
I try to keep it clean for...
I will say this.
That's WTF.
I know. I have
Whiskey
nieces,
Tango Foxtrot.
I have nieces and nephews who watch.
Well, okay. I mean, Khaliel took care of that for you earlier anyways. What?
That's not funny.
I'm sorry, just saying, stating the obvious. But I did want to say this. We do know one thing. I will say that the momentum definitely built and it grew and grew throughout the season.
Yeah.
So despite this show kind of taking it back a little bit, setting it back a little bit, I am definitely looking forward to next week's episode. I think it's going to be probably one of their best episodes, and so it probably doesn't matter. Okay, we all know, you know what, they put this out of order, water under the bridge, whatever it is.
I mean, I will say this, if you were watching Rush Hour for the first time tonight...
Yeah, you wouldn't watch it again?
It's not that I wouldn't watch it. I actually don't think it hurts as much as someone who follows it throughout the whole season.
Okay.
So if it's the first time you watch it, you're not going to pick up on the things that we're picking up on.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is
Right.
a funny episode, this is this is that. Yeah. It's just the people who've been following the whole season, it kind of probably threw them off.
Yeah. But we know we obviously know why. So at least that's our conclusion to why.
Yeah.
So I will say this though, we through this episode we also saw Carter ended up being the badass cop in the end. You know, when he actually realized, okay, well Lee pointed it out. Everybody throughout this entire investigation were actually involved in this case. Like there were no loose ends. And then, you know, Carter was like, wait, no, there is a loose end. Now, I actually thought that old dude had something to do with it, like, from the jump. I'm like, there's no way you over there lying in the bed and you had no clue that your partner in the back had something to do with this thing. Like seriously. So I did have a slight I had a slight clue. I had a slight a feeling. This is woman's intuition.
Khalil, are you gonna say it? Are you gonna say it?
You're not gonna leave the episode without.
We're gonna have to talk here about the girl power.
Listen, you
a
guys were picking on me all day today. You guys hacked into my Snapchat. Like I had to. I'm sorry.
You act like you didn't know we were gonna do that.
That's gonna have to be a segment every day, every week for it.
Hashtag girl power. But no, I would say no.
And now for girl power.
Yeah.
I think we should make that a segment.
Yeah, we should. You just go on a rant for a minute.
Yeah,
I think you should make it a segment.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Hold on. Josh, make some room. I
Come
think
on.
she needs
Gabe
that
will slide
side.
over and
Gabe,
you
you
just...
wanna go? You can go over, cross over to the dark side. Go
We've
ahead.
been trying to recruit him for the past
There's
couple
Good
no-
years.
host, bad
There's no
host.
coming back. Good host, bad host.
I'll just plead the fifth and let you.
I think you should stay here with me. Come on. Please stay
okay.
here with me.
There we go.
All right, so yeah, I mean,
Mama's boy.
Like I said, you're just jealous that I get to sit next to Miss
Yeah.
Virgin Islands every
That's
week.
it.
And what am I? And what am I?
chop
You're
liver.
sitting next to me. That's even better, man. You get to up close and personal with Khalil's hat every week once again.
Clearly jealous.
So, bro, I'm gonna outdo you one week. Just
Khalil?
forget the hair, and I'm gonna bring in a hat that's like, you know what?
Come with it.
Khalil's not jealous. We have chemistry.
Yeah.
I
Totally.
Jessica
can
spoke
see
about
that.
that when she was
Jessica
here. I
noticed
mean,
that.
you
Just
know.
saying.
And speaking of Jessica, we also see towards the end, Kim is coming back, of course, and we now know that she probably is going to be given the task to take out Big Bro. I'm just saying. Ooh.
But she's not gonna do it now.
She's not going to do it. What do you think?
I don't know if she's going to do. I mean, she's going to try.
Really?
I still
Oh,
think she's
yeah.
bad. I don't
Yeah.
think she's a fed. I really
wait.
don't.
Kim or Jessica?
Kim.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jessica's cool. I think Jessica was taking it a little personal.
She's like, what? I'm not bad. No.
I think that's a little bit of great acting, though.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
her sitting on the couch, it's like, you know
Yeah.
what? She knows something we all don't.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I think it would be cool if it was a wild card if, she actually was bad. Because it
Yeah.
would get you thinking again.
Maybe she shoots him or something, but he doesn't. I don't think he's not going to die. He's Lee. I mean, come on. But
He just dodges it.
He'll catch
Yeah.
the bullet. He'll catch it.
with his
No, he'll get shot and then he'll just walk it off like he
Yeah.
has every other time in the
nothing.
show.
I mean, no. We'll just have to see. Did we miss anything, guys? I did want to talk about this. The fight scene. Oh, I thought it was hilarious.
The old man?
Well, first of all, I have to
Yeah.
give Carter his props. He took down a big guy. That was a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just tipped him over. But when old dude came, the old guy whooped some ass.
Yeah.
He kicked Carter's ass. I was like, yeah, that was funny. That was really
That was
funny.
good. It's like, yeah.
And when Carter
was just-
screamed, they got tossed across.
Did you hear
the
that
whole room.
scream?
That was
It
really
was
funny.
just wrong on so many levels. Like beating up an old man, getting beat up by an old man. Like none of this is right.
And then that old man running that fast, like, what was it, 3 stories in the car garage?
Different old man.
There's still
different
another
old
old
man.
man. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, he
Stuntman. He's a stuntman.
Stuntman, but he didn't seem like
Stuntman.
he seemed old, but he seemed like
spry.
athletic and in
He's
shape.
young at heart.
Yeah, young at heart. There you go.
You know what I wanted to point out that you noticed? Carter used to, well, he still kind of does, lets Lee do all the running. He must be hitting the gym with Lee, because you notice now he's really keeping
he
up
keeps
with
up.
him,
He keeps
running
up with him
after
now, I think.
all these bad guys. He's holding his own with the gun less now. So, maybe he's trying to get Dee Dee's attention. We haven't talked about that yet. So.
I mean, I'm still waiting for this Dee Dee and Lee action, and
It's happening.
you-
to be
why,
honest,
why the rolled eyes? Really? You
didn't say
you
anything.
don't believe in this vision? Come
No,
on.
I'm all about girl power.
This is technically not just girl power. This is like some
Yeah,
you know.
romance, girl power, same thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry, hopeless romantic over here.
you're happy with just the kung fu and
Yeah.
the crime.
You want no
Yeah.
kind of
fine.
love, no
No.
love.
No.
We're gonna get a little bit next week
Oh,
because
girl, yeah,
Carter
yeah,
likes
yeah.
the chick, so
She's-
that's
yeah,
gonna be
she's
it's gonna be
super
funny.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm excited to see that episode. All right, well, I think we touched on everything.
That was quick.
Yeah,
That was
I
really quick.
mean,
Very straightforward.
like you said, episode straightforward. We kind of, same
Yeah,
formula.
there's nothing new to touch.
Yeah, but I do want to get into a little bit of news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, now as
Breaking
you guys
news.
saw in the beginning of the episode, definitely some traffic stopping episode. And so speaking of traffic stopping, I
Justin
want you
got
guys
a
to
ticket?
No, but Justin did post this on his Instagram. Apparently it was yesterday. He said tomorrow night's episode of Rush Hour is dope. We literally shut down Long Beach Highway for not 1 but 2 days to shoot a scene.
Ridiculous.
Selfish, man.
First of all, I have literally been sitting in traffic, okay, for over an hour, 2 hours. So Justin, if you're the reason
And
for
if
it,
you
I'm
follow
not
on
happy.
Snapchat, you've watched the entire process.
I mean, that's the only thing you can do when you're stuck in traffic, be on Snapchat. But
Oh,
seriously,
man.
like I've
Stare
been
at the camera.
Yep.
Khaliel. I mean, you could click it and go past it.
I do.
Can't stand you. No. But yeah, so basically they shut down the Long Beach Highway for 2 days. That's ridiculous, but it's pretty intense.
That's not fair.
That's a lot.
That would
Just
piss
to
me
know-
off
It would.
if I lived in Long Beach.
That's just CBS flexing their muscle right there
Yeah.
for their new show.
I mean, they had like a bunch of background actors, of course, in the cars. But
Yeah.
just to think, like all of those people just like
Trying to go to work,
stop traffic.
trying to go home, trying to pick their kid up from daycare.
Yeah, CBS and their rush hour shows.
Selfish CBS. Selfish.
But I mean, I thought it was a pretty cool fun fact to know about tonight's episode. It was pretty neat. And I also have a couple other guess news and gossip or like fun facts that you guys should know about. So for one, even though Chris Tucker is not the lead in this film, I mean in this
No,
series.
that's not Chris Tucker.
No, it's not Chris Tucker. He did serve as
Wait,
a
what?
consultant, okay,
Oh, okay.
for the TV show, but only agreed to do that if he could play a triad later on in the season.
Oh,
we
yeah.
are definitely gonna get to
awesome.
see Chris
Cool.
Tucker.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
excited about
I'm
that.
excited for that,
I hope he
yeah.
brings all the funny because he's a funny dude.
He
like,
is
seriously,
funny.
This will be
seriously.
good.
And another cool fun fact. I know I mentioned earlier in the season that. Paige Kennedy, who plays Gerald on the show, went out for the role of James Carter, but Damon Wayans Jr. was actually offered to play James Carter on the show, but he passed on the series, which I think is pretty awesome to have Justin,
Yeah.
build that name for himself. I think he's doing a great job.
I like Justin a lot.
I do. I think it brings a different type of energy, and so yeah. Kudos to Damon Wayans for letting the young'un shine a little bit. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's it for news and gossip, guys.
Nice.
All right, now it's time to get into predictions. That music always gets me.
Just the lights going off. This is crazy.
This is where E.T. phones home.
Josh, what is that, Josh?
That's the only way to dance to that.
What is-
If you wanted to dance to that.
Okay, you have
I
to
was
give that
gonna
dance a
say.
name. What is that?
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
We'll call the prediction then.
I had a guest on another show the other day. He just thought it was like a club when they played that, and he was just like,
Hey.
Yeah.
But you can't, there's no beat to it, so you can have to go. Ooh.
"That's he made it work." And I was like, you know what? That's the best I think anyone's ever danced to that little. thing.
Yeah, I think Josh's dance is pretty awesome. So since you had this amazing dance, you get to go first this
Thank
week.
you. Well, I'm predicting a very good episode next week for the simple fact that Justin seems very excited about it. We have a nice guest next week, and I just think they need to rebound from this week and follow it up with a very strong episode because let's be honest, they're kind of on the bubble right now
Yeah.
on whether or not they get renewed. So I think they realize that this was not one of their stronger episodes. They need to continue the storyline and the momentum in which they had before this episode. And I think next week is going to be, hopefully, the best episode of the season.
All right. Sound effect guy, your turn.
I'm gonna just be his amen corner and go with
That's
it solely because they use that clip in every opening of the show. So
Boy,
sure.
I will say this in their opening,
Badass host.
in their opening credits, they always show Dee Dee with them running from an explosion, but we
I
haven't
noticed that
seen
too.
her actually in the field yet. So I'm hoping. Okay, my prediction: we finally see that, and then also I think because we have Carter liking that new person. We're gonna finally see the romance. We're gonna finally see some kind of spark between
See
Lee
what
and
real
Dee Dee.
life romance is like. Not this fairy tale Disney movie princess
It
51st
exists,
dates
okay? It's
that you're
real.
talking about.
It is real, Khaliel, okay? Real love. Real love.
Oh, great song.
Oh, here we go.
Great song.
Okay, thank you.
Good song.
All right. So my prediction, I still believe in love. It's gonna happen, like you guys said.
Yeah.
But I
Did
also
I just say
think,
that? I think I said the exact opposite. Actually.
well, like my partner,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
you know, Gabriel
Yeah.
says stuff.
Like you told him to say.
I did not tell him to say that. Okay.
No, yeah, and for the record, people, I say what's on my mind. You know, don't. Well, you know, he's about to. I don't want those comments to be like, "Hey, you see how he just didn't stop her? You see how he yelled?" It's like, "Hey, people, you know what?
Yes.
Josh, I should take it the
man.
Josh approach, just like."
That's terrible.
Got him.
But in addition to that, guys, I do think we already see that.
I predict I'll be on the other side of the desk next week for no damn reason. No.
I'm not kicking you over. You're welcome to stay here
We're
with
one
me.
team.
Okay?
We're in two teams right now. we
She's
have to be in
telling you
one
to
team.
stay here
You
right
better
now.
stay here. But no.
I am your
guys,
conscience.
can I get my prediction?
Sorry.
I was saying, okay, we already know that Kim's coming back. I do think that Kim is not going to kill her brother or attempt to kill her brother.
Bold prediction.
First of all, again, because we find out that she's actually an agent. So, you know, I do think that, again, she and her brother are going to join forces at some point and take out the Quantao, whatever it is.
If that happens, that's going to be a season finale.
Yeah.
Boom.
Isn't
Drops mic.
Quantile like 5? No, that's quintuplets. That's 5.
Quint, yes.
Okay, sorry.
That's
Yes.
yeah. When you Google Translate Chinese, what that means.
That's your assignment for next week. How about that?
Do not boss me around.
Oh my goodness. Gabe
I
slowly
am
moving to the
my
left.
Oh, I'm about to kick you over there,
Come
Gabe.
on over to the-
Just saying,
To
just
the west side of the panel.
It's-
I am your conscience. I am my own man.
that's what I get from it. I stand with you for girl power for one episode, and look what happens. You think
I
that
will
I'm
not take
just.
this
I'm sorry,
anymore.
Gabe. I can get a little bossy. I take that back. I apologize. I will find out what it means, and I will let you guys know next week.
Okay. I think that I should make that your assignment.
Whoa, now.
I am
now.
your conscience. I can think for myself.
Khaliel, you're retarded. All right, guys. I think we nailed everything on this episode, and
I don't
you
think we
know,
nailed everything on this panel, just as far as how we work together. But okay,
we'll work on
I
it.
We
am
need to go
not
to-
happy.
we
need to go to
like
therapy.
Group therapy right
We need
now.
panel therapy. If you guys are still watching,
Yeah.
please diagnose us.
We nailed
solutions.
it. See, they said we nailed it. All right,
Solutions
guys.
for this,
you.
because this riff cannot continue.
I'm happy.
Khaliel's happy. As long as
I'm
Khaliel's
not happy. This is a broken home.
Constant next week, guys. All right, yeah, we'll work on it. All right. So until next week, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you guys next week for the bomb episode, the bomb episode. All right, and again, you guys can find me on all social media at Janeisha_MissVI, and these guys.
Hey guys, you can find me all the time at Twitter, Double G on TV. Hashtag I think for myself.
Oh, nice. Nice. Fist bump, nice.
No
There we
fist
go.
pump.
No,
Stop
sorry,
it.
I missed
You
it.
guys
I
are
missed
turning
it.
him against me.
All right, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh_Rodriguez_ holding it down for the west side of the panel.
I am so proud of us and just everything that happened tonight. First and foremost, I'm Khaliel Abooboo, aka Badass Host.
Hashtag.
Hashtag, yeah.
Follow me at Khaliel Abooboo. Just do it.
Hashtag girl power. Bye,
Yeah.
guys. Until
Good
next
night.
week.
Help us.
Pink
Help
Chuck
us.
Taylors.
Help us.
Girl
We need
power.
your help. We need your help, guys.
No, good.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Thank you, Steve.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.